There's an interesting problem that the Xbox brand faces. Sure, right now we're sitting pretty with the Xbox One X, the most powerful console ever created. But the real problem comes when next generation rolls out. How will Microsoft approach that? Now, if we look back to the launch of the original Xbox, we'll see that it launched after the PlayStation 2. And even though it was a far more powerful console, people still flocked to the PlayStation 2 anyway. Power wasn't enough. The PlayStation 2 had people's mind share. And it wasn't that the PlayStation 2 was perfect, and it wasn't that the PlayStation 2 had so many more games. It was just the fact that people's mind share was focused on the PlayStation 2. So much so that it became the best-selling console of all time, and the original Xbox was just a footnote. I think it's selling something like 25 million consoles, which wasn't horrible considering the domination of the PlayStation 2, but it wasn't going to get the job done. Microsoft became very aggressive when they launched the Xbox 360. They launched it a full year before Sony was able to get their PlayStation 3 out, and they really dictated the direction of the console generation right from the start. Sony was backpedaling and were forced to waste billions of dollars trying to play catch up the entire generation. If you think about it, Microsoft launched with achievements and the Blades dashboard and had so much more going for it than the PlayStation 3, and that's what really attracted people to the Xbox 360. It played games better, it was powerful, it was easy to use, it was sleek, it had a great controller, it had a lot of things going for it that the PlayStation 3 just didn't, especially for that full year. And then it also had the thankful help of Gears of War to launch right before the PlayStation 3 did, so there was a lot of things going for the Xbox 360. But now Microsoft has no doubt made some mistakes with the Xbox One at launch. We've all seen them. There's really no way and no reason to go back over all of them. But they've done an admirable job at keeping Xbox alive and well. But if we're real, if we're really honest with each other, we know and realize that the Xbox One will never catch up to the PlayStation 4 in sales or that all-important mind share. They need a completely new start, a fresh slate as it were. The problem then comes to a head. How can they launch at the same time or before Sony launches the PlayStation 5? Now think about it. If they wait a year to launch the next generation Xbox till after the PlayStation 5 is launched, they'll end up in the same hole they are right now. You see, people will drop a current generation console for a next generation console, but they clearly aren't ready to drop current gen consoles for a mid-gen refresh. If you already have been spending 4 years on PlayStation 4, even if the Xbox One X is doing games much better as far as multiplats, you're probably just going to stick with PS4. But what if the Xbox Next were to launch full on at the same time, or maybe a little bit before, with a better lineup? Things might change. This puts Microsoft in a little bit of a pickle, because if the launch a year after the PS5, even with a more powerful console, as we see back, we'll be looking at the old Xbox One launch, the original Xbox, that launched a year after or so and was more powerful, and it was avoided. Didn't do terrible, but it didn't do great. It didn't catch the PlayStation 2. We also looked, the Xbox One X launched after the PS4 and PS4 Pro, and it's certainly going to do well, but it's not going to catch the PS4. So there would be in that same kind of territory again. It'll suffer the same fate as the Xbox One X is destined to, so it'll actually be well received, but by the time it launches, everyone's friends will have a PlayStation 5, and the next Xbox will be relegated to that secondary console again, and Microsoft can't allow this to happen. They can't let Sony press the reset button and then start the race a year early. They can't do it. Now, this is the situation Microsoft needs to avoid at all costs. Sure, these are just gaming consoles, but Microsoft needs to see the bigger picture and take their competition seriously. If you're playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Glass Joe will still knock your ass out if you're not fighting back. Microsoft needs to remember this. They need to be aggressive. You don't do the same things and expect a different result. That's the definition of insanity. Microsoft has to look to the past, and to do that, they would be looking to the future as well, and I think things could work out. And I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. This has been Crapgamer Reviews. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up, Crapgamer.